Hello, everyone. Welcome to the WGU Ask a Grad series. We're here to help with your journey so that you can see real stories from real WGU grads. My name is Chelsea Johnson. I'm the life cycle engagement strategist on our marketing team, and I am here today with Josh Turner from New Albany, Indiana. Hey, Josh, thanks for joining us. This is just a casual interview. And Josh, you're going to tell us about your experience here at WGU. A quick recap of what Josh and I have talked about in the past is Josh graduated with his degree, bachelor's in business administration, information management, just in January 2025, so very recently here.
hmm
And now he's working as an engineer in IT. So we're going to jump in and talk a little bit more about you and your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah,
So, our first question for you today is, what was the best thing about your WGU experience?
I'll tell you, I have to give my mentor a little credit here. My mentor Thomas was really foundational in me being successful here at WGU. So he hands down is probably the best thing that's come, other than like the rewards of having a degree. My mentor really assisted me through a lot of probably some of the similar troubles that a lot of non-traditional students have. The time and the motivation, perfect for me, and I enjoyed the experience.
That's so awesome to hear. We actually hear that quite a bit. Our mentors here at WGU, I think, tend to make the difference between, us and other online schools having that personalization. So it's wonderful to hear that that was your experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You also mentioned the benefits of having that degree. So, in what ways
Mhm.
has that degree made a difference in your life or in your career so far?
Oh my gosh. So for me, from a business administration side, before college, you kind of have in your career plan just more of like task focused, task oriented. As you start going through WGU, when you take that knowledge and you start to apply what you learn into the real world scenarios, you start to see like big picture. And for me, that return on investment, uh, to be able to look up and look out and see big picture and see what you can do and improve and actually get some leadership skills. I think for me, going through some of that leadership, to think about instead of tasks, but why are we doing things? And when you think about why you're doing something, you can really inspire those around you to be better. And that actually, in some ways, it was a technical degree, but I kind of parlayed that into a political degree where I'm from. And I use those leadership skills and that business knowledge to be what I believe a successful local politician here in my community.
That is really cool. I think it's really awesome too that you mention looking outward of why are we doing this? And I think not everybody has the chance to do that at the beginning. So hopefully seeing this and hearing you say that will help them look outward. But I remember me and you talking about your political experience. So I would like you to tell our guests a little bit more about that. Tell us about kind of how that impacted your community and your life.
Well, when you start to think about, I have two kids, I have a wife, a family, and I am the non-traditional student. I'm in my 40s, and when you get to this point and you start a family, you think about, well, how can I make my community better? It's not just about me, it's about everyone around us. And you can see people complain on social media, you can see people complain at the coffee shops, but it's like, who wants to actually take ownership and do something? Well, one day I wanted to take a crack at it and see if I could be a politician. And the voters of New Albany, Indiana, voted me into office, and had a great time representing them while I was in. But those leadership skills and communication and just seeing bigger picture budgets, everything. All those are all things that I learned at WG that I could apply outside of maybe technology, but that business aspect of it still applied. So uh, what a great experience. If you ever have the motivation, if you're watching this video and you're like, I want to be involved in my community, or you don't like something, jump in, because the world needs good people to take roles like this.
Absolutely agree. I love that you did that. And we do need people like that. And especially like you said, you're already here at WGU. You're already learning these skills. So to be able to use them in a way that can impact your community directly and make a difference for your own family, I think that's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Um, okay, a fun question. How would you
Sure.
sum up WGU in 3 words? And that can be 3 separate words or a little short sentence of 3 words.
Okay. I think I have three words perfectly. It's relevant. You know what you're learning. It is real world. Um, it's challenging. You know, nothing good is easy. You should be challenged, and it's rewarding. I mean, uh, not just some paper you can throw on a wall, but from your experience, the knowledge that you gain. I mean, the reward is there. You know, like you're gonna have tough days, and certainly I had some tough days, but I have survived 100% of my bad days, and there is always light at the end of that tunnel. You know, if that's one thing you can take away, there you will get through the difficult situations. You're gonna fail a task. You're gonna have to change some things. You have to go back and study. You have to talk to your CI. But just focus and stay strong. You know, keep going.
Yeah, I think that's a great takeaway, and kind of how you've said it, it led to your role in politics. It also leads to your role in your job and for everybody else too. Like you said, it's a good learning experience of it's not easy, but it's doable and it's going to teach you these skills that you're going to use in your job too. You know, same thing. We have days in our jobs where life happens or family happens, and you have to talk to your manager or you have to, shuffle things around. But I think learning those skills probably made you feel more confident in able or being able to do that later on.
Absolutely, and confident to take some risk and go out there and you know get an idea of what you can do in terms of like project work. We pretty much have this just about as good as we can go. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's see what we can do, and let's have a good plan to roll back something a change that we've made. But it gives you that confidence that you have done that groundwork to make sure your projects are successful. You've checked all the boxes. Things always come up in a project. There's never a perfect project, but this experience gives you that opportunity to fail back and push ahead, and that's really that whole rewarding aspect of it.
Yeah, I love that. You're you're the most amazing advocate for WGU right now. We love to hear it.
Thanks. I love it here.
Yeah, we do too. Josh, as you and I were talking prior to this, you mentioned something really cool that I hadn't known when I first talked to you. You mentioned that you are actually still taking classes here at WGU. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually 2 months ago I started my MBA program for information technology management, and I want to advance a little bit more, gain some more knowledge, and I didn't want to stop because I think if you take a break, you start to talk yourself out of starting. So it's just like just get back into it. You have great momentum. Don't slow down. So I got right back into it as soon as I could. Uh, and with some of the acceleration and because I am doing some advanced work and it is IT related, there's some things that I can accelerate through, and there's some things that I need to slow down and pay a little bit more attention to. So and that's kind of like why WGU is kind of superior to other schools, because you can accelerate on things
Definitely. And like you said, you can also slow down, if you have a semester where you're going to have a lot of life happening, you can do fewer classes. And when you're going to have more free time, you can do more classes. And I think that's a wonderful example of why it's so flexible to everybody's own experience and ability and life experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Well, you've given us some great information, given us a great story of kind of what it's looked like for you. So,
Yeah.
as we conclude, please share advice for anybody who might be considering joining WGU as a student.
Don't wait. Get in there, meet up, send an email, apply, get started. And when you get in, and this is the best advice that I could give to any student at WGU. When you are in a situation where you have a task and you have to write this big paper and you just don't want to get started, there's every other excuse that's external to WGU, and you're like, I can do it tomorrow. Don't wait. Slice yourself off 30 minutes of time and start the paper, and you will be absolutely surprised at how much you actually do, and then you continue to do just by getting started. Don't wait. Just get started, because I have wasted time because I have procrastinated, and it's time that I could have got back. And if I would have just started, and it took me a while to learn that, but luckily WGU is flexible, and I was able to do it. But don't wait to get started.
Yeah, I love that. Don't wait, start now. Make that
Yep,
small bit of time today. Your future self will thank you.
absolutely.
Well, Josh, you've been awesome. Your story's awesome. The way that you used your skills in your own community is such a tribute to what WGU can do in the world. Just want to thank you again for joining us today and sharing your story. And we look forward to talking to you again after your MBA.
Chelsea, I look forward to it as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good one, Josh.
You too.